The iPad Air 6 is coming. This is an iPad that a lot of people look at as like the iPad Pro Junior, and that's because it has many of the features of the iPad Pro at a little bit of a cheaper price, and it's very similar overall. But the iPad Air 6, along with all of the other iPads, are actually long overdue for an upgrade. So in this video, we're gonna look at the latest leaks and rumors spreading across all over the internet and kind of talk about what we can expect from the new iPad. When's it gonna be coming? What's the price? What are the specs? All that will be discussed in this video. So let's get into it. Starting with the specs, the iPad Air 6 is rumored to have a chip upgrade. Which chip exactly? Well, according to the latest leaks and rumors, the Air is set to have a M2 processor, which will provide not a significant upgrade over the current M1 iPad, but there will be speed improvements, especially if you use it for things like Final Cut Pro, video, and photo editing. But let's be real, most people probably won't notice a speed difference between the M2 version and the M1 version. They will be very similar day to day. But if you think about it logistically and look at Apple's overall lineup, if they put the M3 chip, then really it's kind of cannibalizing the iPad Pro cells. They're going to end up having the same chip. So the M2 is probably the most perfectly prepared chip to put inside this new iPad. Moving on to the display, if you're banking on getting an OLED display on the iPad Air 6, you're not going to get it this year. It's not happening. The iPad Air 6 will apparently have to skip the OLED and even mini LED, and it's going to be equipped with an LED panel. Now, a lot of people might be bummed about that. I don't really think it makes sense for them to also put an OLED display on it. You have to think about their lineup. They're going to end up killing the iPad Pro cells, but it's not all bad though, because apparently there is going to be a larger version of the iPad Air in the iPad Air 6. It's going to have a 12.9 inch version in addition to the 10.9 inch version. All of this has already been speculated about from reliable Apple leaker Ming-Chi Kuo. The display will have an oxide backplane, which is what exists in mini LED technology, and means that the 12.9 inch version will have a better display performance than the 10.9 inch version. Also, while we're talking about the display, a lot of people are wondering if it will have 120 Hz. No, it probably won't. Apple will not be adding 120 Hz in ProMotion on the iPad Air 12.9 inch. Personally for me though, I feel like you can really notice that it's not 120 Hz with a larger display. Design. In terms of design, the iPad Air 6 will actually have the same design that we've had before, something that we're really used to, and I think overall it does look good. It'll be nearly identical to the iPad Air 5. Apple will be moving the camera right into the middle instead of on the side, and that means that when you're video conferencing, you'll be able to be more centered while you're on a conference call. In terms of color, Apple will either be doing two things. They might go with the color scheme very similar to the base model iPad and make it more fun and saturated. But I personally think, and again, I've seen this on the internet, a lot of other people think that they're going to go with the more muted colors similar to the iPhone 15. And I think that they're going to do that because the iPad Air lineup is not really as playful. I think they really want a lot of professionals to use this, and they might be lured into the iPad Air probably because of the price, but it is going to be a different color scheme that we've seen in the past. This next thing is really important to me, so let's talk about the storage. But before we do, I'm going to kindly ask you guys to hit the subscribe button if you're not subscribed already. I do make a lot of tech content covering all the leaks and rumors surrounding Apple, so if you're into that, stay tuned. What the latest leaks and rumors are saying is that Apple will do away with the 64 gig, which I'm so happy about. Seriously, you can't do much with 64 gigs in 2024, and that means that Apple will start the iPad Air 6 with a base model of 128 gigs. So that means that you could do a lot more things. Again, if you want to do video editing, I wouldn't recommend 128, but it does give you that peace of mind to be able to do more work and save more files and download more apps on your iPad than you've ever been able to before. Also, if you think about it, with the larger screen, I think that they are really banking on people doing more productivity things, photo editing, video editing, and maybe coding. And in that case, they might want to download more apps. So if they are going to make a larger version, I think that they really do have to expand the storage options. You might be wondering, what is the price? How much are they going to charge us for the new iPads? Well, apparently Apple is going to charge $599 for the base model, which is the 10.9 version, and then they're also going to charge $699 for the 12.9 inch version. I think that $100 difference for a bigger screen is well worth it. I would personally purchase it just because of the price. $100 is not that crazy, and overall $699 for a 12.9 inch iPad that has the M2 chip in 2024, That's pretty solid. I would literally buy that and add more storage in order to do more things with the iPad. According to Mark Gurman, Apple will be releasing the new iPad Air via a press conference in March. A lot of people, including myself, did think that there was going to be an Apple event. However, Apple kind of shocked us with the M3 release, and that kind of changed up a lot of things. So most likely, again, it's coming in a press conference in the next couple of weeks. Anyways, let me know down below in the comments if you would rather go with the iPad Air 6 or the new iPad Pro. Which one are you more looking forward to? Make sure to give the video a thumbs up while you're there, and thanks so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.